Hi, welcome to Art Draw. Today I'm going to draw Marge Simpson from The Simpsons, also featuring in Fortnite at the moment. I'm going to do the Witch Marge version. So it's a pretty cool skin. She's obviously got her witch hat on. So got a hat on here, full body shot. What I'm going to do is sort of go from the top down to about here. I'm going to draw her nose first of all, so get her face done first. So right about here, I'm going to draw a little curve of her nose, going over from about here. I'm going to curve it around, just like that. So I've got a nice little curved arc there. And then next up, I'm going to do both her eyes. First of all, I'm going to do the eye over this side. So I'm going to start from the top of the nose, about here. I'm going to loop right around this way. So draw a nice curve. Right around like that. And then over this side, probably start about here. I'm going to draw a curved eye going around this way, right? So we start here. Draw a nice circle around. Like that. There we go. Then I'm going to pop two little pupils in. One there, one there. Looking over to the left a little bit. Let's make it look a little bit more Marge-like, so let's draw some eyelashes in. There's 4 eyelashes per eye. So over on the left, gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. And over on the right, start over here, go 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, okay? Next up, we might as well continue sort of below this eye here and draw her mouth area. So what we're going to do is go down from the eye about here, just draw her top lip area, curve it in about there. Then we're going to curve around, just draw her mouth in. So it's a nice little curve along this way. So it's got a bit of a smile on her mouth. Coming around that way. Then what I can do is just draw a little ear in. There's a little ear, just a little curve just about there. And then I can draw like a jaw going down to her neck. Probably from about there. We're just going to curve it down to about this way here, okay? Cool, okay. Right, while we're there, let's go draw her other ear in about here. So I'm going to draw a little C, sort of parallel to that one over there. So just draw a nice little C there. And then just a little, it's almost like a little M for Marge, just in there to show her a little curve of her ear in there. Now I'm going to go in, I'm going to draw the inside of her hairline. So in this one, this witch one, it's quite grey. So I'm going to come in from the ear, just going to curve in up around there, curve to here, and I'm going to go just curve up, a couple of curves to the middle, and a couple of curves out from there. So come out 1, 2, and just go into the eye area there. And then from the ear, I'm going to come out, draw up again. And then on this side, I'm going to come out probably from about, actually what I'm going to do is just below the ear, just draw a little curve in there for her neck area. And what I'll do is come out from there. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to draw the underside of the brim of the hat. So I'm just going to draw a nice curve, just linking these bits up. Just a nice little link like that, okay? So we've got that top part of the head area done. Let's just maybe fill that little gap in there. Cool, let's continue with the hat area. Let's get the top of the head done. So at the top here, I'm going to come out here and just draw this wide brim of this witch's hat. So I'm going to come out probably from about here, curve it out to about there. Then I'm going to come around this way here. So I'm going to take the pen, nice curve, really wide brim, all the way around there. And then just bring it in on itself, nice and steady. Curve it in so it would almost go around that way there. We've got that cool little brim of the hat. I'm going to draw the top now. I'm going to come up. So it kind of comes up, loops around. So on this side, we just see this little curve at the top. So I'm going to go up from about here. So I'm going to go have a nice little witch's hat look. Coming up from about there, up to a point there, curve it around and back down here. Then what I'm going to do is just show a little bit of the back of it, so it goes into a little tapered little point. So I'm just going to pop it up and around, show the back of it there, the witch's hat. Next up, I'm going to sort out this collar. It's got a little collar before we draw the rest of her dress. So the collar, we've left a little gap there. It comes, there's a point probably about here, a little dot there. I'm going to come upwards like that there, and then upwards here, about there. So quite a big old collar. Curve it in around here, and then what I'll do is just draw, curve around this way here, and sort of taper it in to that V. And over this side, it'll come out this way here, maybe a bit further out there, curve it to about that point, and then I'll join it to that V area there. So I've got that quite big collar. Right, next of all, I'm going to draw her arms. Got an arm coming down here, and an arm coming down like onto her hip. And then I'm going to draw the rest of the sort of dress of this witch's costume. So let's start off with the curve of this shoulder down to the arm down this way. So I'm going to come out probably about here, just sort of draw a shoulder, curve it down, and we're going to come down this way to about there. And on this side, I'm going to come out, I'm going to draw a little shoulder area, sort of comes out here, curves to about here. I'm going to come down this way to an elbow, so come down, bit of a diagonal to an elbow there. Then I'm going to come downwards to the wrist area here. I'm going to draw a little curve over like that. Then I'm going to come back up. So I'm going to come back up this way here to the crease of the arm, maybe just draw a little curve in there. Then I'm going to go up to the underarm. The underarm is about this point, so I'm just going to link that up. So you can be nice and consistent in the widths of your arm there. Then I'm going to draw a nice little curve of her upper body to her torso, to about here. Then what I can do is actually draw just the hand sort of over the hip area. So there's a little thumb coming out from the wrist point here. Just draw a little digit there. I've got a little finger here, a little oblong, one, another here, two, and finally one here, three, and then just link that back up, right up to there. Now on this side, I'm going to come down to the torso about here. So I'm going to start, the underarms probably about here. I'm going to come in, just curve out inwards there to the hip and around to about that point there. There's a little curve there where her arm is. And then what I'm going to do, the dress sort of has a little pattern. It sort of goes to a V here. So I'm going to come in from this finger here, come down there, come up to that point here. And then I'm going to draw the wider part of her skirt coming down this way. So from this point here, I'm going to come down, curve down to about this point here. Bring your pen down, nice curve down here. Down, 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 down. And maybe just taper it out ever so slightly at the end. And this side, it's obscured here with the hands. And then I continue, I curve down this way to about that point there. So bring your pen down, curve it out a bit more than the other side. Kick it out a bit at the end, and then we'll just join this up. So I'm going to curve around this way here, so curve around here, and then link it up to the edge there. Fantastic. Okay, let's just finish this hand off here. So now I've drawn this little part of the dress. I can draw a little curve here where her dress goes into the where a cuff of her sleeve goes into the dress. We've got the wrist there. Then I can just draw a loop down here where the hand is. So I'm going to bring my pen down here, just curve it down to about that point. Bring it back on itself, draw a little oblong for a finger, and then we can draw another little oblong there, and then we'll just run up to that point, and that's absolutely fine there. Next up, just two little feet to go. 1 foot coming out here, 1 foot coming out here. So I've got 1 foot coming out this way, just a little peep of a sort of black shoe. in like that. And on this side, come out from about here, curve it out around like that. And there we go. There's the Witch Marge skin from Fortnite and the Simpsons. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know who else I can draw next, and I'll see you again soon. All right, bye for now.